kick you.
Leave my son Tyson's name out of your mouth.
What?
Leave his name out of your mouth. You're good enough to suck his
real.
dick, mate.
Tyson come to spar me and I treated them like...
Jealous because they're nobody. They're just irrelevant people now. Let me tell you, in boxing, mate, people are only interested in current champions, men who's doing stuff today, who's getting in and fighting. No one wants to know about an has-been.
Hey, yo, 6 p.m., baby, get your tickets!
John Fury just lost his absolute mind at a press conference, and it's the most insane thing you'll see today. This 60-year-old man literally stormed the stage like a maniac, shoving both Carl Froch and Darren Till because he's furious that Till chose to fight Froch instead of him. Yeah, you heard that right. The patriarch of the Fury family is out here starting fights because nobody wants to give him attention. But here's what makes this whole thing even crazier. John Fury genuinely believes he deserves this fight more than anyone else. He's barking threats at Darren, getting physical with security, and turning what should have been a standard media event into complete chaos. And the look on everyone's faces? Pure shock. Nobody expected a grown man to have this kind of meltdown because he didn't get picked for a fight.
Little John. Little John. Little John. What are you gonna do? I'm on my own. Get you at your security and that. You're a ming. Pair of houses. I'll absolutely turn you upside down. What? Yeah, be quiet, little John. Go back to your rock, Tyson. Got blood in your seen or heard of you. You blade bag.
But Darren Till, this dude escalates everything to another level entirely. Instead of backing down from John Fury's aggression, Till starts firing back with threats that would make your blood run cold. He's telling Fury he'll snap him with a neck kick, then immediately turns to Froch and says, "You're next if you step up." The room goes dead silent for a split second before the tension explodes. Till isn't just defending himself, he's actively mocking both men, questioning their power and their intelligence right to their faces. And you can see it in his eyes. This isn't an act. Till genuinely doesn't care about the consequences. He's ready to fight anyone, anywhere, and he's making sure everyone in that room knows it.
Hey, you've got no power. The IQ of a loaf of bread. You're an absolute emptyhead. Mate, you're an emptyhead.
Here's where things get absolutely wild. According to witnesses, when John Fury started charging toward Darren Till, nobody knew what the hell was about to happen. Security is scrambling, cameras are shaking, and every single person in that room is locked onto this confrontation, wondering if they're about to witness something that goes way beyond a press conference scuffle. The energy in the room shifted so fast that what started as routine media coverage turned into must-see television. And John Fury's aggression, it wasn't performative. This man was genuinely ready to throw hands with fighters half his age because his ego couldn't handle being overlooked.
And John Fury went straight for him. I'm not quite sure what he was going to do if he got to him, but I guess that was the entertainment from the press.
Now get this, Dave Allen, who's seen plenty of drama in boxing, is sitting there completely stunned by what just unfolded. He's trying to process John Fury's explosive behavior, and you can hear it in his voice that even he thinks this crossed a line. Allen keeps emphasizing how impossible it is to condone this kind of aggression at a professional event. But here's the kicker. While Allen is condemning the behavior, you can tell that everyone secretly knows this is exactly the kind of chaos that makes boxing compelling. The volatility, the unpredictability, the raw emotion, it's everything fans crave, even when it shouldn't be happening.
Because you can't, it's impossible to. But John is my mate, I've got respect for him, I respect the family, we're cool. So, you're never going to hear me say a bad word about it, but at the same time, obviously, no.
But wait, it gets worse. Roman Fury, John's son, jumps in to defend his father's actions and doubles down on the entire mess. Instead of trying to calm things down or apologize for the chaos, Roman warns everyone that his old man won't be intimidated by anyone. He's threatening to step in himself if Carl Froch wants to make this a bigger issue. So now we've got multiple Furies ready to turn this press conference into a full-blown family brawl. Roman is calling out Froch directly, essentially turning what was supposed to be Till versus Froch promotion into the Fury family versus everyone else. The media event has completely spiraled out of control.
Man will go to town, but there's enough young men will sort him out for them.
And through all this chaos, Carl Froch sits there with this terrifying confidence that makes everyone uncomfortable. He's not flinching, He's not backing down, and he's certainly not intimidated by the Fury family theatrics. Froch starts talking about his fight against Andre Ward, highlighting his sharp footwork and head movement like he's giving a master class while people are literally threatening to fight him. His tactical breakdown is so calm and calculated that it's almost more intimidating than the screaming and shoving. Froch knows exactly what he's capable of, and his aura of quiet intimidation fills the entire stage while everyone else is losing their minds.
If you watch the fight against Andre Ward, watch my feet, watch what I was doing, watch my head movement or the lack of it, and my sluggish jab, then...
Shane Fury adds another layer to this madness by weighing in on his father's behavior with this twisted logic that somehow makes it worse. He's basically saying his dad has his ways, and is often half-right but always decisive. Translation: John Fury's volatility isn't a bug, it's a feature. Shane is highlighting how quickly their family can turn any normal situation into something unpredictable and dangerous. And the way he talks about it, like it's just another Tuesday for the Furies, makes you realize this isn't isolated behavior. This is who they are, and they're proud of it.
Seems to be like you can talk about someone online and do videos, but not expect someone to say anything when you see someone. So I don't know. Listen, my dad's got his ways and his points, and 90% of the time he's half right, but listen.
Here's what's absolutely insane about Darren Till's response to all this chaos. Instead of trying to de-escalate or play it safe, he doubles down and tells John Fury and his entire family that he could face them anywhere, including in the street. Till isn't just talking tough for the cameras, he's genuinely prepared for this to escalate beyond boxing into something much more dangerous. His words turn the press conference into a high-stakes confrontation where everyone realizes this could spill out into real violence. Till is proving he's not just talk by being willing to risk everything. And that level of fearlessness is either incredibly brave or completely reckless.
That to everyone. I'm here to do what I'm here to do. And I couldn't give a fuck if I bumped into John Fury and the family in the street now, because it's on them what they want to do. They're more asked about me than I'm asked about them, so if they want it, I'll have it with every fucking single one of them in the street, and I'll get my head completely...
Now let me tell you what the experts are saying about this mess, because their analysis makes everything even more complicated. Johnny Nelson breaks down Carl Froch's potential and points out something terrifying: age hasn't dulled this man at all. Froch is still physically fit, mentally sharp, and if he fully commits to preparation, there's no telling what kind of damage he could do. Nelson emphasizes that while Froch might not even take this fight seriously, he still possesses all the tools to completely overwhelm anyone stupid enough to step in his path. The combination of experience, natural instinct, and maintained physical ability makes Froch a genuinely dangerous opponent, not just a former champion trading on past glory.
But if Carl did do it, I think Carl would smash him. But I just don't think he will do it, because he's got that memory, he's got that something about him, that he's at an age where he's still physically fit enough and strong enough if he commits himself to...
Tony Bellu's analysis makes this whole situation even more fascinating because he breaks down the massive skill gap that everyone's ignoring. Bellu emphasizes that Froch isn't just some retired fighter. He's a former unified world champion who would absolutely destroy Darren Till in any boxing context. But then Bellu adds this interesting wrinkle by suggesting that in a street confrontation, the odds might shift slightly in Till's favor. However, Froch's experience, strength, and technical skill still make him extremely hard to beat in any scenario. Bellu's turning this from simple trash talk into a serious tactical analysis, which makes the whole confrontation feel more legitimate and dangerous.
I don't think it's a fair playing field in a boxing ring, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, Carl's a former world champion. He is a unified champion. Froch was a force to be reckoned with. So if it's in a boxing ring, I don't think that's very fair on Darren. But if it is, if they two were to meet in a dark alley somewhere, I don't think Carl's coming out.
Dominic Ingle provides this incredible insight into who Carl Froch really is behind all the headlines and drama. From personal sparring sessions to hours of conversation during travel, Ingle describes Froch's professionalism, dedication, and genuine love for boxing. He talks about how Froch engages with people respectfully, showing both incredible skill in the ring and surprising humility outside of it. But here's what makes this perspective so important. It reinforces that Froch isn't just talking trash or playing up drama for attention. This is a seasoned, intelligent fighter who combines technical brilliance with deep understanding of boxing culture and discipline. When someone like that stays calm during chaos, it's because they know something everyone else doesn't.
Not only did I see him box, I had people sparring him, I had sparring partners for him. You know, when he boxed with Mick Hennessy, we sat down and talked a lot when we were over in America and places, and we took, you know, he was a big Nas fan, and he's a big fan of my dad. And I always remember one fight he had, Junior Witter boxed in America, and we're coming back, and he was sat in the airport with us for a good 1 or 2 hours talking about boxing and everything like that. So, you know, from that point of view, you know, I've got a lot.
Liam Smith describes the raw aggression and chaos that surrounds Carl Froch when tensions rise, and his description is genuinely unsettling. According to Smith, anyone threatening Froch or trying to intimidate him faces this volatile and unpredictable presence that can handle any level of confrontation with experience and composure. Smith explains that standing in front of Froch during these moments could mean dealing with screaming, shouting, or physical confrontations. But Froch handles it all with this calm, yet intimidating approach that keeps him in control. Smith's insight explains why everyone at that press conference was being so careful around Froch. His presence commands respect and caution even when he's not saying much.
Until jumping off the ring to you, fucking threatening to choke you and all that, do you know what I mean? So it's the last thing I'd want anyway, so fucking I think Carl just got off rather than have the aggro of, you know, Darren Till in front of him, screaming, shouting and spitting in his face.
I'll ask you for a prediction. Carl Froch versus Till on the streets and in the ring. 2 scenarios, who wins?
Oh, look, I don't know, it's all, look, honest.
But here's the kicker about Carl Froch's intimidation factor. According to multiple observers, he's genuinely scary in a way that goes beyond normal boxing trash talk. Experts are comparing him to MMA fighters, noting that the toughest fighters today aren't just boxers but people who can dominate in multiple ways. Despite being out of the ring for 11 years, Froch's size, skill, and raw power still make him a formidable threat to anyone stupid enough to test him. The press conference tension reflects this reality perfectly. Everyone knows that stepping into Froch's path, whether physically or verbally, is dangerous and completely unpredictable.
Crazy. And he's scary. He's a scary, intimidating man. I don't know if it's a Liverpudlian accent or knowing that he could take this to the ground and finish you that way. I feel like these MMA guys are scary because they know they are the toughest guys on the street, right? It's not just, you know, back in the day, the baddest man on the planet was the boxer. It's not that anymore, is it? I don't know who they're going to find to fight him.
Carl Froch?
I mean, there was a bit of a fight him.
Do you not think?
Well, Carl's not fought for 11 years. I know he still looks great and he hits the bag, but no one's hit him with small gloves for 11.
Liam Smith brings up another crucial point about this whole situation that makes everything more complicated. He notes that while Carl Froch is obviously an older fighter who's been out of the ring for over a decade, it's still a no-brainer to see him back in action. Smith highlights the contrast between Froch's past peak performance and his current form, emphasizing that while age and time away from competition may have softened him slightly, the excitement and unpredictability of seeing him step back into serious competition is undeniable. The tension between his legendary experience and present-day readiness adds a real edge to any potential clash.
In the ring, Carl Froch is an unbelievable fighter. Darren Till knows that. Carl Froch is an older version of himself now. Been out the ring a long time. Whether he wants to fight again is a different story, but look, I would love to see it now. Yeah, on the street, it's a no-brainer to be honest.
Lennox Lewis and Carl Froch dive into tactical analysis that's both entertaining and terrifying at the same time. Lewis jokes about size, strength, and genetic advantages while demonstrating how Froch could control any fight with precise footwork, feints, jabs, and body shots. Their conversation blends serious strategy with lighthearted banter, but it emphasizes Froch's technical dominance in a way that makes you realize he's not just relying on past reputation. Even against bigger or younger opponents, Froch's skill and timing could completely dictate the outcome of any confrontation. The press conference energy translates into a preview of what could happen if Froch steps into any ring with full intent to prove his point.
Heavier, potentially, probably not stronger than me. I'm a machine.
Yeah.
I'm like genetically gifted and all that.
And it only takes one punch. And they're not good defensive fighters anyway. They go for the okey doke. You know what that means?
Yeah.
Give him one of those.
Give him a little feint.
Yeah.
Couple of feints, good foot movement, walk him into a shot.
Yeah.
Probably dominate him with a jab.
They don't know about body shots either.
So what are you thinking? Easy work for the Cobra?
Easy work for the Cobra. Can I be your coach, please?
Jump in the corner, man. Easy money for the Lewis machine.
Yeah, I want to be his coach.
Eddie Hearn provides this fascinating analysis about how time affects both fighters in completely different ways. He points out that despite all his chaos and aggression, Darren Till is actually sharp and mentally aware of what he's doing. But then Hearn highlights something crucial. Carl Froch hasn't taken a serious punch in over a decade, and 10 years out of active competition can soften even the toughest fighters. This creates an interesting dynamic where the younger, more active fighter might have some advantages, but the experienced champion still has skills and knowledge that don't disappear. The press conference tension reflects this uncertainty perfectly, as everyone contemplates the real skill gap between a seasoned champion and a younger, more aggressive contender.
Years plus since he's boxed. So 10 years ago, he would have smashed Darren Till all over the shop, right? And I think Darren actually, like, for all Darren's madness, he's not an idiot. I think he knows that. But 10 years on, and not having took a punch in 10 years, and definitely gone a bit softer, because that's just life, it all of a sudden becomes, dare I say, a bit of a 50.
George Groves offers a reality check that makes this situation even more intriguing. He notes that while Carl Froch looks incredible in photos and has clearly maintained his physical condition, age is definitely a factor now that he's 48 years old. However, Groves emphasizes something that can't be taught or faked. Froch's experience means he still knows exactly what it feels like to be punched in the face and how to handle serious adversity in high-pressure situations. That history and natural instinct keep him genuinely dangerous, even if he might hesitate in certain situations due to ring rust. The press conference drama reflects this perfectly, as Froch's mere presence commands attention and forces everyone to carefully consider their next move.
Versus Till. I don't know, man. He's 48 years old now, Froch. You know, he looks good when he takes a picture, you know, with a moody light in after a few abs and that. But Darren Till, he's still fighting, isn't he? He still knows what it's like to get punched in the teeth. It's been a while since Froch's been punched in the teeth. So I think he does well. I think it sells. I think if he wants to do it, he should do it. But I got a feeling Froch don't want it. I don't think Froch wants it. I think he says he wants it, but when it comes down to it.
And then Carl Froch speaks, and his words send chills through the entire room. He reminds everyone that he's not just some retired fighter looking for attention. He's a 4-time world champion and Hall of Famer who faced the absolute best fighters in the world and was never truly beaten. Froch points out that he's only been knocked down twice in his entire career, and both times he got back up to win the fight. That level of mental and physical toughness doesn't just disappear because you're older. By referencing specific knockouts and comparing his opponents to fighters who have been completely destroyed, Froch is sending a clear message that anyone stepping into the ring with him is entering seriously dangerous territory. His confidence isn't arrogance. It's the result of decades of proving himself against elite competition.
Ironed out by Masvidal. El Sparko, unconscious. Just imagine what I would do to you. Ooh. And obviously, me being a 4-time world champ Hall of Famer, I've been in there with the best of the best. I don't know what it's like to tap out. I don't know what it's like to get knocked out. I've only ever been knocked down on the canvas twice in my career. And both times.
Here's what makes Carl Froch's presence even more intimidating according to people who know him personally. They point out that Froch is actually bigger and more physically imposing in person than most people expect, with conditioning that still impresses even years after his competitive prime. His peak performance was phenomenal, and he's maintained both his physical shape and mental readiness in ways that show he hasn't lost his edge. People who have worked with Eddie Hearn specifically mention Froch's toughness, emphasizing that he's the type of fighter you'd want in your corner during any kind of trouble. This isn't just about boxing skills. It's about a streetwise mentality combined with elite-level preparation and discipline that makes him dangerous in any scenario.
Outside the ring.
Like, Carl's a genuine, like, world champion level fighter, and he's actually bigger than you'd think, right, when you meet him. He's a lot younger than John, and his peak was outrageously good, right? And he's kept himself in shape. And even now, I remember having a chat with Eddie Hearn, like, about, like, you know, what fighter you've met is, like, the toughest fighter. And he said to me, like, if I'm ever in a bit of bother, the man I want standing next to me at a pub or whatever is called
Carl Froch.
But Carl Froch doesn't just rely on intimidation. He backs it up with brutal technical analysis that destroys his opponents before they even step in the ring. When analyzing Darren Till, Froch dismisses his skills with surgical precision, calling him absolutely useless at a professional boxing level, while acknowledging he has some basic abilities like decent balance and a competent southpaw backhand. These aren't just insults. They reveal Froch's deep understanding of boxing and his ability to instantly dissect any opponent's strengths and weaknesses. By openly critiquing Till's abilities, Froch establishes psychological dominance before any physical confrontation even begins. His aggressive commentary adds serious tension to the press conference atmosphere, making it clear he's not afraid to speak truth or completely intimidate his adversaries.
The old Bunsen burner, I'm thinking to myself, hang on a minute. They're giving money away here with these fights because Darren Till's absolutely fucking useless. I'm not being funny, listen, I'm talking about professional boxing level. At the level he's at, he's done all right. He's got decent balance, throws a decent backhand from the southpaw stance.
So here's where we stand after this absolutely chaotic press conference that nobody saw coming. John Fury's explosive aggression, Darren Till's fearless threats, and Carl Froch's cold, calculated confidence have created this combustible atmosphere that could explode into something much bigger at any moment. Every expert, fighter, and observer has weighed in, and the verdict is crystal clear. This isn't just about a potential fight anymore. This is a battle of wills, experience, and raw power that has everyone picking sides. Froch's legendary toughness and technical skill are going up against Till's fearlessness and the Fury family's unpredictable chaos, creating a scenario that nobody in boxing can ignore. The question isn't whether this will escalate, it's how far it goes and who comes out on top. So who do you think has the real mental edge here? Are you backing Carl Froch to completely dominate with his experience and skill? Or do you think Darren Till and John Fury can pull off the upset through pure aggression and unpredictability? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button if this breakdown helped you understand what's really happening, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell because this situation is about to get even crazier. I'll see you in the next one.